What's going on, guys? Blackie Gone here with a lovely biased Arsenal Invincible squad. For all you Arsenal fans out there, you'll love this because it's a blast from the past. Basically, it's a look back. Not every player is perfect, as you'll see, but every single one of these players was in the squad when Arsenal won the league, the Premiership, back in 03-04, and they were invincible. They did not lose a game all season. They were flawless. No other team in the Premier League have done it so far. So as us Arsenal fans, we'll stand by that. We may not have won a trophy in quite a few years now, but we'll stand by the fact we're the only team in the Premier League to go unbeaten all season. So anyway, let's get straight into it, lads. We've got Graham Stack. Now, Jens Lehmann obviously I can't use because they were the only two keepers at the time, Jens Lehmann and Graham Stack. Jens Lehmann has now retired. He was at Arsenal for the last season last year. I think we used him as an emergency for one game or something like that, I don't know. But yeah, he's retired now. And I think he might be doing some background work at Arsenal, but I don't know. But anyway, Graham Stack was in the he was in the actual squad, but he was just I don't think he played any games. He was in the like youth system or something. But anyway, he was in the squad, so we got Graham Stack, not the best keeper, as you can see, a bronze guy. It's just good to have him in the team anyway. We got Kolo Toure, doesn't really need much introduction, amazing player, one of the better ones in this team. Great stats, already gone over him in other videos, but Kolo Toure played a vital part in Arsenal that season. He was one of the strong centre-backs. I'm not sure if he played every game, but he definitely played and he definitely was involved, so Kolo Toure was there. Same with Sandros. He was in the youth system. Not sure if he played at 03-04, but he definitely played further on this season. I'm sure we used him as a sub once or twice in that season. But as I say, I couldn't use people like Sol Campbell, obviously, and who else do we have centre back? Can't think off the top of my head, but I couldn't use obviously Sol Campbell because he's retired. So we've had to go with these two. We've got Ashley Cole. I've got the orange one because, as you probably already know, I only get the best players. So I've got the orange Ashley Cole come out, 86 pace, 84 passing, 81 dribbling, 87 defending. You could actually use him as a centre-back, he's that good, his stats are unreal. He came out the man of the match card this week, picked him up for 365,000 K, whatever, so he was very expensive. But being a great player in this team, only played a few games. I'm just going to keep it anyway, just to look at, because it's a good team to have, man. It's good to look back in the past and just think, oh, what a team we used to have. Even though this isn't the best version, it's still a very good team. I would have pushed for titles that season, even this team. But we've got Hoyt on the other side. I don't think he played many games neither. He might have played one or two. Couldn't use Loren, obviously, as he's retired quite a few years ago now. But we've got Justin Hoyt. Might use him as a sub. He's actually quite decent. He's got good pace, 84 pace. Nothing really good after that, but he's only a silver player. But Hoyt was definitely a decent player coming up through the Arsenal ranks. Obviously, that's why we kept him for so long. But yeah, young player, quite decent silver player. Not much to say about him. We come up to a veteran. I don't know how this guy's still knocking about, man. 1974. I don't know how old that makes him, but he's old. Sylvain Wiltord, people will remember him. Wiltord, absolute tank, loved him back in the day. Played a vital role. I think he might have been a sub, but he always came on and he always made an impact to the game. Picked him up for 250 coins. Go back to about 5-6 FIFAs ago, the guy would have been about 200k. Absolute brilliant player. Playing in League 2 in the French league now, probably on about fucking 200 pound a game, but still, it's good to see Wiltord still about. Fabregas doesn't need much introduction. Amazing player. He might have only been, he must have been very young back in the day. Very young. I don't know if he played many games, but he turned out to be an amazing player. But nobody thought he would be as good as he was back then. Loved Fabregas. Can't really say much about him. I like little two-faced, you know what, down here. Insert bad words, whatever you want to say. Ashley Cole left for money. Fabregas left with pride, and maybe he thought he would win more stuff back at Barcelona, and he was obviously influenced by his parents and stuff, so that's fair enough. Can't say nothing to Fabregas. Hats off, he was a great player. Come across to Gilberto. People will remember him. He's old now, 1976. I don't know how old that makes it, but he's old. Picked him up for 500 coins. His stats are just horrendous. 52 pace. Like I said, go back five FIFAs ago, 6 FIFAs ago. This guy would have been amazing. His pace would have been probably in the 70s, high 70s, maybe low 80s. He was a brilliant defensive midfielder. Loved him. Great player, Gilberto, our Brazilian. Come across to Reyes. People remember him. He was an absolute brilliant player for us. I was gutted when he left because I loved Reyes. I had him on the back of a few of my Arsenal t-shirts back in the day. Loved him. Was one of my favourite players. I was so gutted to see him go, but his career still carried on to be good. He's still a good player on FIFA to this day. I know a lot of people have him in their BBVA teams. Great player, Reyes. So yeah, come across to inform Omri. Everyone will remember Omri, man. He's in my eyes, he's one of the best strikers of all time. He was unreal for Arsenal. Definitely the best Arsenal striker we've ever had, just ahead of Bergkamp and just ahead of Ian Wright. But Omri was, for me, just tops it. Everyone remembers the goal he scored against Man United. He was an absolute tank. Loved Omri. He was glad to see him back. We would have kept him if he didn't have to go back to New York. If he was a free agent, we would have kept Omri because he was that good. Absolutely loved the guy. Being quite decent in this team, the only player to actually score some goals. The actual only decent player really, like attacking wise, because Fabregas obviously drops backwards and Reyes is a right wing, but I've had to use him on the left, so his chemistry's a bit messed up. But yeah, Omri, man, I could speak for hours, but I'll move on anyway. What a great player. We come to Kanu. People remember the right, I'm gonna sound a bit stupid here. I think it was 3 or 4 goals he scored against Chelsea, but it was amazing. That's what he's most known for. Absolute bagged up Chelsea like there was no tomorrow. That's what Kanu's most known for. Great player for Arsenal back in the day. I remember how good 2005 season when he was just on fire before he went. I think it was 2004, 2005. But loved Kanu, man. Absolutely loved him at Arsenal. Great sub, because that's what he was. He was a sub. Obviously, Bergkamp was there. Nobody was taking Bergkamp's position. But Kanu, great sub, man. Great player. Nowadays, I don't know, he's still knocking about 50 pace, 70 shot. Not the best stats ever, but there we go. But lads, I'm going to move on anyway. That was it. It's been great having a little mess around with these. I saw another YouTuber do it. I thought I may as well do it myself. But for all you Arsenal fans out there, I know it'll be only the Arsenal fans. Leave a like for this. Anyone else enjoy these? I can do them for any team. I can include goals in the next one. It's a bit hard to score goals with a team that's so. I don't really like to play tournaments. I like to play against mates, and it's a bit hard when the chemistry's a bit messed up and the players aren't so good. But I can include goals if you want in my next one. I just didn't think you'd want to see 3 minutes of just tap-ins with Omri. But yeah, lads, I do any team. Leave a comment if you want me to do a different team. 61 chemistry. If I was to give this a rating out of 10, I'd give it a 10, being biased, but obviously being serious, now I give it about 4 probably, because it's not the best team as you can see, but back in the day this would have been one of the best teams around. But I hope you enjoyed, lads. Leave a like, leave a comment. I'm out anyway. Peace.